Um, I just decided to take the mic off the stand because I don't know, I just feel like this is more intimate to just hold the mic while I answer these questions. So anyway, let's start with the first question. So, first question is, where are you from? So I am from Colorado. I live here and I lived here for a while, like a pretty long time. I wasn't originally born here, but I've been here long enough that I call and consider Colorado home. So if you guys live in Colorado, let me know in the comments. I love Colorado. I've lived here, again, like I mentioned, a really long time, and I just love it. I love the weather. I think it's perfect for people like myself and my family who like to be outdoors and to enjoy like nature, but also the city. And I just love how we get like all four seasons here. I also live pretty close to Denver, so it's nice to be able to go to a big city pretty easy and check out things that are happening in the city and all that. So, but I will add that I was originally born in Nebraska. I never really lived there like longer than a couple of months, but prior to living in Colorado, we lived in North Carolina, a little bit of time in Michigan, and then I actually lived in Mexico for 5 years when I was super little, and so I just wanted to include that because it's a little bit of a different story than just like living in the States your whole life. Okay, the second question is, what is your fondest childhood memory? It was hard to pick one, but I would have to say it was definitely when I was living in Mexico with my grandmother. I really enjoyed living there. It was very poor and very different from here, but I really was so happy as a little kid there with the ranch and the animals. And I remember helping my grandmother feed the animals, and I just really enjoyed that in the mornings, doing that with her. And it's funny because you think of that as like really like hard work or like a chore, but for some reason, being a little kid there, it just brought so much joy for me, and I found so much happiness in that. The next question is, how many languages do you speak? So I only speak English. I do understand Spanish and know a lot of, I do know a lot of Spanish, but I can't speak it fluently. Funny enough, Spanish was my first language, of course. Growing up in Mexico, it was my first language. But when I came to America when I was 5, I forgot it and learned English, and I kind of just wanted to let that part of my life go. A lot of that had to do with like trauma and bullying, but yeah, as of right now, I only speak English. I am working on my Spanish and trying to regain the knowledge, but I do not speak it fluently. Okay, the next question is, do you have a partner? If so, how did you meet? So yes, I do have a boyfriend. We have been together for 2 years. And we met at our previous job. We were coworkers, and it's really funny because we worked together for a couple years, and we were just like coworkers, like nothing more. And then kind of like out of nowhere, a friendship sparked, most difficult thing I've ever done, but also the most rewarding, and so there's really nothing that could top that, I feel like. But yeah. The next question I have here is the next question is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? I am 100% introvert. Yeah, there's like no doubt about it. I'm just fully an introvert. Although I feel like my social skills give people the impression that I might be an extrovert sometimes, but being an introvert doesn't mean that you're like antisocial or like you can't have a conversation. It really just means that when you're around people, you don't like get energy from them. So for me, like being around a lot of people or just being around people in general is draining for my energy, and I need to be alone to like recharge, recoup, all that. So like an extrovert thrives around people and gains energy from other people. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify. And I do want to include that my Myers-Briggs type is INFJ, which is the advocate, and that stands for introversion, intuitive, feeling, and judgment. I would be curious to see if anyone else knows their Myers-Briggs and what your type is. I would love to know. So just in like a short summary, I approach life with like deep thoughtfulness and imagination, which is like a really good summary for how I am and how I think. So I just wanted to include that. Okay, I'm gonna go check on the stove. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I feel like that boiling was like going ham, like distracting me completely. Sorry if guys, I'm really sorry if that was like super loud, but yeah. Okay. The next question is, what was your first job? So my first job was a busser slash hostess at this really cute breakfast cafe downtown. I was legitimately paid $4 an hour, and I made majority of my money from the tips, but I actually ended up quitting that job. Like, I just stopped showing up one weekend. I was working there when I was in high school, so I was working on the weekends, and because of the hours of the cafe, I wasn't able to work like during the week, but I worked on the weekends. And yeah, one time I just didn't show up because I was so done with working there. Like, it was a very tough job, and they were kind of mean to me. Like, the waitresses were kind of mean because they had to share their tips. Like, I couldn't receive tips directly, but they had to give me like 10% of their tips of the day, and I feel like that kind of built like resentment where they didn't like me because they didn't want to share their tips with me. So it was kind of it was sad. Like, I felt very like sad there, but overall it was a good work experience, and I do like that cafe. It's a really cute place to go to. Just have those kinds of sad memories from working there because of how I felt like being treated. The next question is, do you prefer the city or the country? So I am so much a city girl. Like, I didn't even know until I went to Chicago and New York and Philly, and when I went to those places, I was like, I'm a city girl. I belong here. I thrive here. And like, mind you, I did grow up like in the country for a couple years, like 5 years, in my life. And so I feel like I have had that experience already. So I think maybe that's why I'm more just like so therapeutic for me. That's actually like one thing that I don't like about Colorado that I noticed from like traveling to other states. People here stare and they have no shame for it. Like they stare at you and they don't care, and it's so rude, and I hate it. And so it's so nice to like glam up like this, for example, and or like wear my heels, dress up for work, all that, and like not be like stared at, you know, and in such a rude way by strangers. Like, it's just nice. And I also really like how cities, like, there's people that like dress up, they like, there's effort, there's like nightlife, there's places to go to, you know, you can go to like more restaurants and events and theaters, and like there's just so much to do, and I love that. Like, I love doing those kinds of things with my boyfriend, my family, and we're just like very like adventurous people. We love to go out, we love to walk the streets and just go into like random places, random cafes, random bars, and just explore. And you can't do that in a small town or a small city or the country, you know. But it's kind of funny because I'm also someone that's like, oh man, it'd be nice to live in the country and like have some land and have some like goats and cows and chickens and all that. And honestly, I feel like it's such an ideal way to raise children. But it's kind of difficult because you can't have both, right? So I don't know. I think at heart I'm a city girl, but I would be happy, I think, with both, and I would just kind of travel and, you know, still do the same things I do now. But yeah, anyway, that was like a really long answer for that question. Next question is, do you have any hobbies? So I have a lot of hobbies. Like, I am not somebody that you can put into like one category. Like, I love a lot of things, but I will just list my top hobbies. My top hobbies are singing, painting. I love to paint with oil. I prefer oil, but I do paint with acrylic as well. I love reading. I love to work out. I love like anything related to fitness, working at the gym, working out at home, going for a run. I'm very active. And I love cooking. Like, cooking is a really big hobby of mine. It's very therapeutic for me, and I enjoy it very much. So you will always find me cooking. If you follow me or add me on Snapchat, you'll see that I cook a lot. Like, my boyfriend and I both cook a lot, and we make all our meals from scratch, and it's amazing. I love this life. Okay, next question is, how would you describe your fashion sense? I love this question. So fashion is like one of the passions of my life, and it just always has been. Like, I grew up with Bratz dolls, and if you know Bratz dolls, they're the girls, like, they have a passion for fashion, right? Like, that's their whole thing. And so ever since I was a little girl, I have always loved fashion and clothes and heels and shoes and everything. So I would describe my personal style as like elegant, classy, like a fashionista. Really, I think it's kind of a good way to describe it, because I love fashion in general. So and I'm also like a mood dresser, if that makes sense. So like, sometimes I want to wear skirts, sometimes I want to wear jeans, sometimes I want to wear pants or slacks or dresses, you know. Like, I don't really stick to like one type of outfit, if that makes sense. I have a very broad spectrum of what I wear. I do prefer heels over sneakers, but then like I do have moods where I like sneakers and like a good sweatsuit. So yeah, but obviously I do dress pretty casual with like matching sets and like dress bummy here and there. But overall, I love to dress up. I love to wear heels and blazers and slacks to work and stuff. And then on like the weekends, I love to wear like jeans, and like I like to have like layers on. And yeah, I feel like that was kind of a hard question to answer without like showing you, if that makes sense. The next question is, what are your favorite clothing stores? Overall, the top places places that are all about like fast fashion, and I don't promote that, but I do want to say that not everyone can afford to shop better, if that makes any sense. Like, shopping better means you are spending more money on clothes, and not everybody can afford that. So I just want to say, like, if you have a negative comment regarding that, maybe just keep it to yourself, because, like, unless you want to, like, buy clothes for people that can't afford it, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I do want to also mention that I am slowly buying things of higher quality, and, like, more price, over time. Now, that does take time, and my goal is to, like, replace all of my items with higher quality things, so that way I'm not having to repurchase them once they're not as good quality, or once they're, like, kind of worn. But that does take time, that does take money, so that's gonna happen over time. But like I mentioned, it's just a matter of how much you make, and in this economy, it's just not realistic. So the next question is, what are my biggest pet peeves? Pet peeves, pet peeves. So I kind of mentioned one earlier, but I hate, and I don't use that word all the time. I hate when people stare. I think it is so rude, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable. And yeah, I just, like, it's such a pet peeve. Like, I literally detest that feeling of being stared at. Some other things are like people that lack integrity. That is like a big thing for me. It really gets to me, and I just won't even associate with someone that doesn't have integrity. And then also, like, I really don't like when people make bad assumptions, like when they assume things, and like it causes a problem, right? It causes like miscommunication or a problem with someone else, and it's all because they had a bad assumption. Like, instead of communicating and asking or finding out the truth, they made an assumption, and they caused like a domino effect that made a problem from nothing. And like, that's such a pet peeve of mine. Like, I get so frustrated with that, like in books and movies and in like real life. So it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, like when I'm talking to someone and they like state that they like have made an assumption on something, and I'm like, dude, like, this is gonna come around. Like, I already know it. It's gonna be a problem, and it's all like just so, it's just like annoying to me. But yeah, my legs are going numb, 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 numb. Okay, the next question is, what do I look for in new friends? Humor for me is huge. I love a good laugh. I love being able to make jokes with friends, and they like build off of it, or they, come back with their humor or their jokes. I just love a good laugh. I love being able to laugh with people that are my friends. So that's a really big thing for me, as well as being really genuine. I love people that are very genuinely themselves, and they're not trying to be someone that they're not, or they're not, copying someone else's behavior. They're just genuinely themselves, and I find that very attractive in people, whether it's a friend, a coworker, acquaintance. That's always something that's going to be attracted to me. I think a big thing for me is like a friendship has to be effortless. Like, I don't want to feel like it's work to have like someone as a friend, and if I'm putting in more effort than they are, that's sometimes a big cue for me, like that this is like taking too much effort. It's not effortless. And I think if it's a natural and healthy friendship, it wouldn't take as much effort, and like I wouldn't be someone that's trying harder, or vice versa, right? So that's a big thing that I look at too as well. Okay, next question is, what is my favorite subject, or what was or is my favorite subject in school. So I did graduate high school back in 2015, so and I didn't go to college, so my favorite subject at the time was chemistry. I loved chemistry. I also loved like all the science classes. Like, I took all the the science classes that were available to me. But yeah, chemistry was my favorite, as well as choir. I took choir all throughout school, and it was one of my favorite classes ever. So I would say chemistry and choir. Okay. What are my plans for 2025? So, I don't really know what this means by plans, but, because I have like a lot of plans regarding 2025, but I will state some of my goals for the year. So, for me professionally in my career, I am currently working to attain my PMP certification. So that's a big goal for me in 2025, as well as saving money. I really want to like grind down and get good at saving money this year, as well as getting back into fitness. I did already kind of start doing that at the end of this year, but at one point I was really fit, and then I had a baby, so obviously that I had to change my schedule and everything to accommodate for my baby and like being pregnant and everything. But now she's a year. Now I feel like I'm finally healed and I'm ready, mentally and physically and everything. So a big goal for me is to go back into the gym, go back to being physically fit and being more consistent. Okay. The next question is, what are some of your favorite foods? So, I'm a huge foodie. Like, I do not discriminate when it comes to food, okay? I love everything. Like, there's not really something that I don't like, except wasabi, but I don't really discriminate on food. Like, I love food. But I will say, like, my favorite type of foods is Mexican, Asian, and Indian. And my favorite fast food restaurant is Chipotle. And my favorite like types of food is like burgers, tacos, pasta, pretty much like anything carb. I love food, so those are some of the things I love. Okay, next. What countries would I like to visit? So, I think at the top of my list is currently Japan, and as well as like Thailand, Germany, Dubai, Switzerland, Greece, France. Like, I really want to travel the world and experience different cultures and just go try different food and everything. I love the idea of it. I'm open to other places, of course, but I think like once you travel, then you can kind of start crossing things off your list, and then you'll have like new goals over time. But currently, I just kind of want to go to like the major places. What TV shows have you watched recently, or what are your favorites? So, I'm currently like really into the TV shows on Apple TV. Those I feel like are so underrated. Like, I literally think they're so good. The production, like everything about the shows on there is amazing. So, we're currently watching Silo, the second season of Silo. I am so excited for the next season of Severance. Oh my god, like, that show is so good. And then I also recently watched the first season of Sunny. I will also say, like, I'm not really a big TV person. Like, I don't watch TV a lot or watch shows a lot. I do have a lot of hobbies, as I mentioned. suggestions, like definitely let me know in the comments. I can't guarantee that I'll get through it, but I will definitely give it a chance. And my favorite anime is Evangelion, of course. Okay. What are your favorite movies? This is a really hard question to answer because I love movies, but I will state like my top movies are The Fifth Element, Heavy Metal, Spirited Away, Crazy Stupid Love, Breakfast at Tiffany's. I also really love like the underworld movies. That's like really random, but I love those movies. Okay, that was like a lot of questions, but the next five questions are ASMR related that I wanted to save for last. What got me into ASMR? It's kind of a funny story, but I discovered ASMR through searching crystal videos on YouTube. So I am and have been really into crystals, and one time I just looked up like crystal video. Like I was really looking for someone to talk about crystals and like talk about different kinds of crystals so I could like learn. And I came across a YouTuber that like does like crystal charts and different kinds of spiritual things with crystals, and they make ASMR videos. And I watched one of her videos. I just came across it and I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like I was obsessed. And yeah, that's what got me into it. Like after that, it was like every day, every single day of my life, I have watched ASMR since. And yeah, it's just like it took over. And I'm a huge ASMR lover. The next question is, what are my goals for my channel? My goals is to like be more consistent. I don't really have like a number goal. Like I don't have a goal like of like how much growth I want or anything like that. My goal is really just to be a part of the ASMR community and to like build a community, you know, like have people that watch my videos and support me, and I make videos for them, and like it's relaxing and wonderful, and it's like a safe space for everybody. And a personal goal for me for this channel is to be consistent and to make videos and to continue to get better at ASMR. And yeah, so that's really what I'm here for. I want to be part of the community and I want to build a community. What does ASMR mean to you? So I discovered ASMR like 10 years ago, probably more, like longer than that, because I forget how long, like I forget time sometimes, but it's been like 10-15 years. I discovered it like in early high school, and I'm almost 30, so it's like 15 years at this point. But I have always had really, really severe anxiety, and when I discovered ASMR, I was in like the lowest, darkest, like worst time of my life, and like I was depressed. I was feeling very negative things towards myself and my life, if you get what I mean. And it was like ASMR came into my life like a savior. Like it really took me out of the deep water of the darkness that I was in, and it like saved my life really. I found so much comfort in ASMR, and it was like an escape for me. And everyone else doesn't know. I think I'm pretty sure like most of my family doesn't know what ASMR is, so it's really easy not to tell them, if that makes sense. Like they're never gonna come across my videos, but my boyfriend knows because obviously like I'm like, hey, I'm making a video, can you go over there and be quiet? Or like if he leaves and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video while you're gone, like text me if you're gonna head back so I can make sure I'm not recording. And then my sister, I just pretty much tell her everything. So yeah, she knows that I love ASMR, and I told her I was like so excited to start my channel, and she's really cute. She like subscribes to me and like supports me. It's really sweet. But yeah, my and the last question is, what channels do I like, or what are my favorite? So this question was so hard. Like I don't want to exclude anybody because I just love so many channels, but just to make things easier, I just did 3 channels to make it I just picked 3 channels. So my favorite channels are ASMR Blueberry Scottish. I love her so much. Like she makes makeup ASMR videos where she does her makeup, and she posts every Saturday. Like she's so consistent. She's a queen of makeup ASMR. I love her so much. And she actually goes live as well, and I watch her lives. But yeah, I just genuinely love her videos. She's so genuine. She's just herself. Like she's not out here trying to grow. She's just like here for her community on her channel, and I love it. The next ASMR artist I love is Haley Jean ASMR. Haley Jean ASMR. I'm actually like on her Patreon, and I'm part of her ASMR book club, so that just kind of shows how big of a fan I am. Like I really love her videos. And the next ASMR artist I love is Alexandria ASMR. Alexandria